I have sad news to speak about today. Reggie Warren from the 80s R&B group Troop has passed away at age 52, and I'm almost lost for words because Troop is one of my favorite groups of all time. And it really, really stings. It hurts when a great for my generation passes away. I mean, it just hurts just a little bit extra because they were such a great and pivotal part of my time, and they came along in a special time of my life during the late 80s, early 90s. And they were the it guys of that era. I mean, I remember back then listening to their music, watching their videos, watching interviews, reading about it in magazines and things that all us girls had crushes on them. And, they were the guys we talked about and dreamed about, things like that. Troop came from the school of New Edition, the Jacksons, the Temptations, the Four Tops, but they mainly paired themselves after New Edition coming in from, to the late 80s, early 90s. I think Troop's first album was in 87. And they were also, a pivotal part of the beginning of the New Jack Swing era. They were such great songwriters, and they still are great songwriters and singers and dancers. But they were really great part of that time. And the sad thing is, for a few weeks I've been hearing that Reggie had not been feeling well. Alan and Steve and John will post things here and there, but you didn't know too much and you didn't hear too much. So you pretty much kind of just hoped and prayed that things worked out and he would, get better. But you didn't hear, too much more about it. And I know, I want to send prayers out to his family. I think he has like 4 kids. I'm not sure if he was single or if he was married. But I also want to send prayers out to the guys because I know they're probably hurting right now, losing one of their brothers that was, started this thing called Truth. And, I always heard that Reggie was the level-headed one. When they went through their trials and tribulations and breakups and things like that, Reggie was that one that still kind of, talked sense in that to everybody and still worked hard and to keep the brotherhood going and fight to bring it back together. And, was kind of like that peacemaker, I guess you could say, that matriarch of, the group and, what it stood for. And, Troop was still out here performing. He's still out here making music and putting out great music at that. And was still like a brotherhood and working to keep the legacy alive. And I always felt they never got the accolades they deserved. Especially, being from that great era of music. I was really looking forward to seeing him, back on the stage and, they putting out more music and everything. But I guess it wasn't meant to work out like that. I'm really gonna really miss him. I really am. Rest in peace, Reggie Warren.